This week at High Peak, there's quite a lot going on. First up, we've got to go to Somerset to pick up 2 Range Rovers I've bought, an Oslo Blue L322 V8 and a 4.6 litre P38 in my dream spec. Then my colleague Steve's going to collect a Mercedes SLK from the Wirral, and my brother's going to go to Peterborough to pick up a broken Range Rover Sport that's now fixed, with unfortunately quite a hefty bill. Well, we're down in Somerset today. We're in a place called Barrow at Barrow Motors. You might know Joe from Shifting Metal. He's kindly picked up 2 old Range Rovers for me and serviced one of them. I've bought a 2000 P38 4.6 Vogue, and I've bought a 2002 4.4 litre Range Rover Vogue L322. Not really sure why now I've seen them in the flesh, but yeah, I was quite excited. Now the thought of driving them back 4 hours does fill me with worry and dread. But we should be all right. I'll remain optimistic. But first, let's go and find Joe, have a little chat with him. Morning.
How are you doing, Matt? You okay?
How you doing? I'm good.
Glad to see you. How was your journey down?
Not too bad.
Good,
Yeah,
good.
it was all right.
How long is a journey from Romilly?
It was like 3.5 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
It wasn't too bad. It was quite clear. So
it's going to be probably quicker than it will be on your way back in your P38.
P38, yeah. Well, I haven't driven one for 10, 12 years maybe.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking earlier. I've never been in one, and
Right.
it is. Yeah, I mean, it's quite cool. It's very retro in there.
Bear in mind, that car came out in like 94 or something, so it's very old technology, really.
Yeah. It sounds good though.
Does it?
Should we go and have a look and I'll show you what it's like?
Yeah, okay.
Here is your P38.
That looks far worse than it did in the eBay pictures, actually.
Isn't that always the way?
It's always the way. It looked quite bright, and it's far from.
Unfortunately, I didn't have time to give it a clean for you, but that might have helped.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think. I mean, here is your. I think your
Single
central
key?
lock-in does work. There may be more in
the
there.
guy told me it didn't work. He said it
really?
works off the key, but not off the button. Oh, that did work though, didn't it? Sounded like it.
I thought it worked.
Yeah.
But there may be the paperwork's all on the back seat. I saw.
Okay.
So obviously I didn't go and pick it up. One of our guys went and picked it up.
Right.
But yeah, what you're expecting, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's a P38.
It is.
With a bit of love, I think it'll be all right.
Yeah. I just had a bit of PTSD then with that warning noise. That's a P38 noise. That noise.
I'll tell you what it is actually. I expect if you were to get in that, I noticed that a couple of times I parked it up.
Yeah.
Take the key out and it says key still in ignition.
Ah, right.
But it's
so it might
not.
think it's
Okay. So I think it's.
I'm expecting quite a few little niggles like that, to be honest.
Yeah, there could well be. It's very Land Rover, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
This is it. We've been here for about 5 years.
Okay.
I think we could maybe have up to about 40 cars here, but realistically we have about 30. We got one going out on trade because, to be quite honest, this is just too sort of bread and butter for us. It's quite low mileage. In fact, I'll tell you what, it's 21 plate.
Okay.
1.6 diesel or something on 45,000 miles, and it's 20,400 retail. But to be fair, it is a 7-seater as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just get a bit of rash and I just start trading things out just because I want to see some movement and stop.
I know.
You know what it's like as a car
feeling.
dealer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's Big Motoring World. He's come on his little electric bike on the train to come and pick it up. They're doing the most thorough inspection I've ever seen.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, so we got a real mix of anything from...
you've got some interesting stock in then. Lots of Range Rover Sports, I see, the Velar. They got good value now as well, don't they? The Velar at 23.5.
They do, yeah. I've probably a bit like you. I've seemed to have built a rod for my own back, and I've built myself a reputation as someone who wants Range Rover Sports or Range Rovers in general. Yeah. So therefore, I get offered them quite a lot, and if you can get them at a good price, I'll buy most things. But yeah, I think strangely, I think the market for those. You'll tell me. There's another one there with the hazards on running away.
Yes.
Is it the L464?
L494.
L494.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if they're quite as popular.
Yeah.
As they were for a while.
No.
They came into that bracket where they were really, really affordable and they looked really good money. And we had quite a lot and we did really well out of them. But now, I don't know. That's why we started moving on to like the likes of the McCanns and things like that.
They look good value as well. Stinger GT, look.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I absolutely love it, to be honest. Yeah. Have you driven one?
No, never.
No.
Never.
It's...
I need to do a video with one, really.
Yeah.
Shame I don't live closer, isn't it, really?
No. It's like a BMW 3 Series, but better in every way, really. And you wouldn't think it for a Kia.
No.
But again, this, if you indicate left, it comes up in your heads up or your virtual cockpit with the indicators, not the indicators, sorry.
The blind spot camera.
Exactly, yeah. And obviously it's incredibly quick.
Yeah.
If you're into sort of power sliding out of junctions and things because I am an idiot and a child. Obviously, I am.
3.3, that isn't it?
3.3 V6 with 2 turbos, I think.
Oh, right.
I could be wrong.
I don't know
there.
anything about them.
No, but it's. I know that it sounds good. And it's a lot of fun to drive. Yeah. And the quality is incredible. You know, it's got the clearest heads-up display I've ever seen. And all the infotainment and everything, and just the quality inside is just really, really nice. I mean, you look at the sort of vents and things. It could have been out of your old AMG GT or whatever, couldn't it? It's got that sort of feel about it.
One of the first cars I ever bought and sold at High Peak Autos was a Cat D Kia Magentis. And they've come a long way, haven't they?
Same sort of thing. Yeah, same thing really. Yeah, we've got a mix. So we like SUVs. So we've got Jeeps, ML, more Range Rovers.
Yeah.
XC60 or 40, whatever that is.
That's an Aston Vantage over there then, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
An early one.
So this wouldn't really have been bought for stock. That would be foolish. Yes. I am foolish, but I'm not that foolish. Right. But I have always wanted one of these, and it was my next kind of attainable, kind of like dream car, I guess. I know that when this would have come out, what is it? It's 2003 or something? Yeah. You know, I looked at this and it was a supercar to me, and that was the one I would have. Maybe it's, you know, Bond vibes, you know, that's what I was wanting to do, but...
They're such a pretty car though, aren't they?
It is very pretty, yeah. And, again, sounds incredible.
What will that retail at?
I think it would be, off the top of my head, 23 to 25,000 maybe.
Right, okay.
But I took a gamble. I've just noticed some more damage, as you always do with something.
The dash peeling.
The dash, I hadn't noticed that before.
It's quite a common issue, that, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's probably got shrunk in the heat.
That's right.
I know that our...
the Volvo sat-nav screen.
Sat-nav screen, that needs a new motor or something, because you've got to manually open it.
Yeah, it's best to keep that down, I think, actually.
Probably, yeah.
It's not the best system.
It's not the most impressive to look at, no. Yeah. The only problem is when I picked it up from auction, because I did take a big gamble and bought this from auction for about £16,000.
Right, okay.
Yeah, the sat-nav just wouldn't shut up.
Right.
That is one of my biggest pet peeves with sat-navs, is how do I make you stop?
Yes.
Cancel guidance. It's never simple to do.
No, it's annoying.
But yeah, it's great. I absolutely love it, and I'm hoping I can do a bit more driving in it.
Yeah, why not?
A few little bits. It's much like you, there's a few little bits of...
Yeah, it's a never-ending job, isn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately, just bring it back up to scratch. But yeah, we got a mix. We've even got a refrigerated van here.
Oh yeah, okay.
Which, to be fair, wasn't necessarily my first choice, but a bit like you.
Yeah, have a go at anything really.
When you get offered, oh, we've got 4 cars here. You just you want to be the person that takes them, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how much competition you've got when it comes to your buying stuff from other traders and things. But, nothing phases me really. I'll have a go with anything. No, that's it. Yeah, so there's always something. Yeah, I did buy that, and I thought, maybe we could just trade it straight on. But it turns out there's not that many fishmongers about or whatever that want a 16-plate Transit. So
you're by the coast here, aren't you? So you've got half a chance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
more of a chance than I would have, I suppose.
Yeah, maybe that's what we need to do, is put some bird's eye stickers on the side or something, and someone will know what they want. But yeah,
good setup though.
It's good. I do like it. Yeah, it has everything's got its pitfalls. We're on a nice road here. It's really busy, especially in the summer. Yeah.
Do you get much passing trade? Or is it mostly internet stuff?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do get people wander in. But that's like a gift and a curse. I don't know what it's like with your place, where people just sort of turning up to have a look around, because it can be really time consuming as well, can't it? It's great because you get some footfall. Yeah. On the other hand, if it's just like, we don't open on Sundays, because I feel like that would be really time consuming for not a lot of just let's take Dad out to have a look at some cars.
Occasionally, because we're sort of on a high street really where we are, so you get occasionally people wandering where they've dropped the missus off for at the hairdressers or something. They've got 2 hours to kill, so but that's part of it, I suppose. Well, that's it. You got to take every opportunity, haven't you, I suppose. But it's generally really, really good, and we get you just get someone wander in. Like, I've been driving past that car for a couple of weeks. It does happen, doesn't it?
And can I just come and buy it? And that's it. Quite easy. So
and you've got mechanics on site, valeters on site.
Yeah, mechanics, valeters, driver. Whether that's the correct way of doing it or running a leaner ship, I don't know. But I quite like having it busy, and I'm in the middle of it.
I'm the same.
I like seeing things going on.
I'd like to have more space like this, to be honest, so that I could have my own mechanics and valeters and stuff. That would be that'd be good. Yeah, but then you got a big.
It's all good. But it all comes with its own challenges. Yeah.
Well, now you've got a good mixture of cars, really.
Yeah, just by pure luck, really. I mean, anything from a V8 Vantage
Aston, yeah.
to an electric smart car.
Yeah, exactly. I like that.
And quite a lot of blacked out cars.
Yeah,
again,
right.
I don't know if I've got a reputation for this. People come to me wanting to sell them.
Yeah.
We've got our car buying website, so you know we get offered stuff all the time, and yeah, it's a lot of them come that way actually. Like all the in fact, everything. Yes, but all of these were that way rather than auction or whatever.
Right.
So
that's good.
Yeah, we get offered quite a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Right, well, I've got a journey back up north and 2 old Range Rovers, so
you're a brave man.
I'm genuinely nervous about it.
You'll be fine.
I'll be all right.
I think you'll know if something's going to go wrong quite early on, won't you?
Might be giving you a
that's
call,
it,
actually. Yeah.
If you think it's touch and go, call us before you get too far. We can probably help. But
I will do. All right.
Once you're north of Birmingham,
yeah, I'm committed then.
You're on your own.
Right, okay, well, thanks for your time anyway.
No worries.
And
thank you so much for coming up. Pleasure meeting you. And yeah, hopefully we'll do it again. I'll come up and see you next time.
Yeah.
Come and check out High Peak.
Yeah.
How is your renovations going?
They're going, they're going. I'm getting on with it.
We say as I'm standing in front of the oldest, most decrepit petrol pump you've ever seen.
Yeah. It's difficult though, because I'm just, you know what it's like, you're just always busy, aren't you?
Yeah.
But no, I'm on with it.
Yeah.
I'm on with it, so.
Yeah, that's good.
It's starting to take shape.
That's good, yeah, I look forward to seeing it.
Yeah, all right.
Right, let's get this car out for you and you can get on the road.
I'll get on the road, yeah. All right.
Brilliant.
Right, cheers, Joe.
No worries.
Well, both Range Rovers made it back up north from Somerset without, I can't believe I'm saying this, without a fault. This 25-year-old Range Rover made it back in one piece. So it's down at my mechanics now, where it's going to have a full service and a check over. It does need a few things doing to it, but it's going to have that done. Then it can go for its bodywork and, you know, cosmetics. I need to get the wheels refurbished, a buff. There are various bits and pieces. But also, the blue one made it here as well. Now this one had been serviced by Joe already, which was good of him, just because I wanted to make sure that it got back in one piece. So it's had a full engine service, new spark plugs, new fluids, you know, all that stuff. So that's been done. It's been checked over by my mechanic and it's checked out all fine. It's got an oil leak, which I think is coming from the rocker cover gasket, so I'll get that done. And it's also got a coolant leak from the water pump, so I need to put a new water pump on it. But apart from that, it's pretty solid. So I'm over the moon really. For £1,600, I'm quite pleased. You'll have seen probably, I'm not sure when this video is going out, but you'll have probably seen the part 1 of this video where I got it back to work, changed the lights. In fact, I'm taking credit for that. My mechanic changed that light, but I changed the back lights, took the privacy glass off it, and I swapped the grille, and it looks a whole lot better. So what I'm going to do next is take it over to Prestige Wheels and get these wheels refurbished, because my mechanic can't get it in until the weekend. So I thought, rather than have it sitting here for 3 or 4 days, I may as well take it there and let them crack on with the wheels. Meanwhile, the Mercedes SLK is being picked up by my colleague, Steve. Now, he's familiar with that part of the world, so his parents live close by. So he's going to go up there and pick up the car for me. It just saves me a job, really. So I need to stay by my phone today, really, because Steve's going to call me once he's there and checked it over, and then I can do a bank transfer and do the paperwork. So that's what we're doing next.
So we're on our way to pick up a 2013 Mercedes SLK. I think it's a 2013 diesel. I think it's got about 68,000 miles on the clock. It's in the Wirral, which is where I'm from. So I think Matt sent me just so I can go and see mum and dad, and he's not got to travel 50 miles each way. So yeah, I don't know much about the SLK, but I do know that Steve Jobs had several just before he passed. And yeah, well, he got a new one every 6 months, because in the state of California or whatever, you get 6 months to register a car. So then you can drive around without having a reg plate on. So he'd buy a new one or get a new one every 6 months. So he never had a license plate on his Mercedes.
That's cool.
Other than that, I know nothing about the SLK. So we're only about half an hour away now, which is about 11 miles. So I'll see you when we get there. Oh, Bentley. That looks a bit better than our Continental, doesn't it? Right, so we're only 2 minutes away now. I'm not going to take you in because they are customers, so I don't want to really film around the house. But once I've got the car, we'll pull it around the corner from their house, and I'll show you around it. Right, so I've got the keys. Got 2 keys, not the one key. Here it is, 2015 diesel SLK. Sorry, 2013, not 2015. So all the wheels need doing. They're all quite badly curved around the edges, so I'll have to go to Prestige. But the tyres look new. The headlights could probably do with a bit of a buff. Like I said, it has been sat there for a lot of the past few years. Paintwork looks all right. There's a few little marks, like here. But I think that'd probably buff out. There's a bit of a chip on the bonnet there, so that can always be touched in. But it looks like where the windscreen wipers kind of got into it when it's been lifted up. Yeah, other than that, paint-wise, I think it's all right. That's the thing, because I'm an editor and not a car salesman, I don't always know what I'm looking at. I like cars, but yeah, I'm not Matt. But yeah, all the inside's clean enough. No wear and tear on the seat bolster. Red seat belts are nice to match the car. So yeah, it's done 67,640 miles. One thing I have noticed is the bonnet release is dangling down, so that needs fixing. Yeah, it's a nice, clean car overall. No goodies anywhere, unfortunately. Oh, it's got an auxiliary or something there, and a USB. But should we try the roof? As soon as I figure out where the roof button is.
A few moments later.
Aha! So it's taken me much longer than I'd like to admit. But the roof button is here, under that.
Very cool.
Right, I'll turn the engine on just so the battery doesn't get drained. Why isn't that working? Is there something open in the boot? Ah. Attempt number 2. Just trying. There's nothing on the screen or anything.
Oh.
There we go. Right, so the roof works fine, it was just operator error. But annoyingly, it's not got like a wind scarf or anything, so I can't keep it down today. It's far too cold for that.
Yeah, let's hope it goes back up.
Right, so I don't know if it is operator error or... Right, so I think the roof's fine. I think it is me. Engine sounds all right. But yeah, overall, it's a pretty clean car. I don't think it needs too much work, so it should be a good car for Matt to put on the forecourt. So now I'm going to take it for a quick test drive, and then I'm going to keep it for the weekend, and I'll drive it to work on Monday. Right, let's set this for a proper little test drive then. That's neutral, let's reverse, that's D. Right. So yeah, it is a diesel, which I didn't know you could get a diesel SLK, to be honest. But for the types of people that were buying these back in 2013, it does make sense because it's a little commuter car, probably a hairdresser's car. It would be more economical for it to be a diesel. Yeah, it's all right. Right, so I'm going to take this home now. Well, I'm going to go and see my family while I'm down here. And yeah, I'll take it to work on Monday, and then Matt can have a proper look around it.
Well, the SLK now is all ready for sale. It's quite a nice day to be picturing a little convertible Mercedes as well. So I'm going to get this back to the garage and get some shots of it and then upload the pictures to the website. But after Steve dropped it off, I took it straight down to my mechanics. It needed front and rear brake discs and pads, so that was a few £100s. It's had an engine service. Then it went over to SPR, who serviced the gearbox, because this has got the 7G, the 7-speed auto gearbox, and it does need servicing. You've got to do them every sort of 80,000 miles. This one's done 67,000 miles, so I thought for a few £100s I may as well get it done, and it saves the owner the hassle, or the new owner the hassle. After that, I fitted some new reg plates for it, so that was done. And then it went to Jimmy the Magician for a full buff. Now, I mean, it looked quite bright, to be honest, but when I got it all cleaned, you could see loads of little like swirl marks in it and stuff. So I'm guessing in its 12 years, someone's probably been through those car washes with it. So after Jimmy's polished it, it now looks really good. It's now got a nice smooth glass-like finish to it. So that was a few £100s, but I think it was a few £100s well spent. There was a fault with the latch to get in the bonnet. That was hanging down, so that's been fixed. That's all sorted. It's been to Tameside detailing for a full valet, so that's all done. And yeah, I'm quite happy with it, really. Oh, there was another issue. The blow motor wasn't working. So you'd turn the fan, fan speed there and nothing would happen. Now my mechanic diagnosed it. It wasn't actually the blow motor, it was some sort of control module for the blow motor. So I found one online for about 180 quid, it was quite expensive. And then SPR fitted that for me as well. So that's done. So I've probably, just trying to work this out in my head, I've probably spent probably in excess of £1,000 on this car. But it needed it and I think it deserved it. Jimmy's buffed the headlamps as well and they've come up looking really good. It's got quite an aggressive, chunky front end. Quite like it. He's also buffed out any marks and done some touch-ins as well, so it looks really well. It's really good. The only thing I haven't done is the wheels. Now that's mainly because when it was cleaned up, they didn't look too bad, to be honest. I mean, they do need doing, but they're not horrendous. I've seen worse. So what I thought I'd do on this occasion is just see how I get on with it as it is. I mean, it's still a 12-year-old car, so it depends how fussy the new owner is, really. I could always get it done at point of sale, call it Prestige and drop it off with them, but it's another £330. So I just thought, because I'd sort of overspent already, I'll just be exercise a little bit of caution. So yeah, that's that. I'm going to get it back to work now then, and my brother needs to go to Peterborough for me and pick up a Range Rover Sport that's had a new battery pack. So I'm going to instruct him to do that, and that's pretty much it.
So today's a new day. Matt sent us on a joyride to Peterborough to pick up a Range Rover Sport that's had a new battery fitted, because it's one of them hybrid batteries. And apparently Range Rover charging, I want to say £21,000, but we found a company in Peterborough that charge 6. So it's been there for a couple of days, it's been fitted, and yeah, we're going to go pick it up. So I'm just going to fill the tank now, head down there, and I'll see you at the Range Rover. That's the Range Rover, is it?
Yeah, nice.
So we've just got here now after a lovely little 2-hour, 50-minute drive. The Range Rover's looking lovely. And yeah, let's go see how he's got on. How are you doing? You all right?
Yeah, no problem at all, yeah. Yep.
Hi, I'm Glenn from Bossway, and we worked on Matt's Range Rover here, and it had a fault with the hybrid battery. What we've done is taken the hybrid battery out. We've changed all the modules in on top of all the cells in here, along with the battery energy control module, and then put it all back, and now it's all running fine. The issues with what we find with some of these Range Rovers is that when the hybrid battery fails, the 12-volt battery in the back doesn't get charged, so you end up being able to drive the car for sort of 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then all the modules start sort of closing down. So once we've repaired the hybrid battery, they have new 12-volt batteries in the back as well, and then it all just charges fine as if it's basically as new. And then we put a 12-month warranty on our battery for that, and now it can be sold or given back to the customer.
What was the fault with it?
Basically, everything fails, right? So if you had an engine that had seized, it wouldn't be uncommon, because we're all used to having, ice cars. But actually, once these cars get to 10, 15 years old, things fail. So circuit boards can fail, etc., which is what's happened on a lot of these. It's not always, but it can be sort of sometimes lack of maintenance, like things like aircon not being gassed right, someone putting a jump pack on the back the wrong way around, because the hybrid battery charges the 12 volt. If they put it on the wrong way around, obviously it's back feeding towards the hybrid battery. And sometimes it's just, electrics fail, like, washing machines fail, TVs fail, electrics in cars fail. You hear about ECUs failing in cars, and it's the same. As the problem is with some hybrid cars, you can still use them, but the hybrid part just stops working. With these, because the hybrid charges the 12-volt battery in the back, it just kills the car and you can't use it anymore. So that's the problem. It's not just the sports, the bigger 405s do it as well. BMWs, Toyotas, everything, they've all got similar issues, and it's just things go wrong.
So now, obviously, Matt got quite a big quote from Range Rover to fix that.
Yeah, so Land Rover will only change the whole battery. They won't actually repair a battery that's in the car. So Land Rover often quote anywhere between sort of low 20s to 30 grand roughly to fix these. So, but they're just battery out, battery back in type jobs, and there's also often not a lead time, so they'll give you that quote and then say that you can't, when are we going to get it? Oh, I'm not sure, mate. It could be months down the line. With our cars here, they've been sat for 6 months in Land Rover dealerships with this stalemate of the battery not being either not being available or too expensive to the value of the car. And now we fix them it's still fairly expensive, I guess, but not in comparison to Land Rover, and it doesn't write the car off. Yeah. So it's a good service that I hope that we're offering people, and that we can sort of delve in, check all the cells, check all the voltages on the cells to make sure they're fine, and then change all these circuit boards and get it back on the road.
So you must be seeing loads of people who've gotten these crazy, ridiculous bills and they just cannot afford that.
Yeah, for sure.
You're giving them an option out of that.
So if the cars are worth sort of 20 or low 20, £20,000, but they got a quote for 28, like, is it worth fixing? Not really, but again, it's not a scrap car, they're still beautiful cars, so what are they going to do, until we offer these sort of services? That's all you can do, is just sort of sit and wait, really. But now people can get in touch with us, and we can repair them and hopefully get some of these back on the road. Everything else that we do here, do anything from these hybrid batteries up to these 5-ton Sprinter conversions. This is for a chauffeur company. This has got 7 luxury seats in it. It's got 32-inch TV, starlight roof, everything that's going in here with, the seats got tables in, etc. We do EQVs, camper vans, anything from fitting one window right up to 200-300 grand conversions, basically, yeah. And we've got an EQV in here as well, which is like a VIP V class. So if you want to have a look, we'll go and check that out now. So this is our EQV demo vehicle. So this is exactly the same as a Mercedes V-Class, but it's fully electric. And in here we've got 2 captain seats, which are same as like a Maybach. They're electric recliner seats. They're heated, cooled, massage, got everything in those. Electric tables that come out the center console there as well. Everything in here has all been hydro dipped, so it's all this sort of ash grey effect. It's all got Napa leather all over it. That's all been trimmed here. It's a custom bulkhead that we make in-house, full fiberglass bulkhead in there with Alcantara roof with starlights built into it.
Well, send us the map. We need a little high peak.
Yeah, we've got a Sprinter we're doing out there as well, so that's a 7-seat. And you can get lower spec ones that we could do, just reupholstering like the Mercedes seats and things like that, but it's got such a spec on. This is probably the highest spec one built in the UK. So we can go lower than this. Can go slightly higher, like bulletproof glass and Kevlar lined and stuff. It's mental, but in general, these are around 200 grand as a sort of including the base vehicle. That's it from me. I'm Glenn from Bossway. We do have a YouTube channel called Bossway Conversions, and we also have a TikTok channel that's also Bossway Conversions. So if you want to check out what we're doing in short form, head over to TikTok. We have a Bossway Weekly, which shows you 5 or 10 minutes of what we do each day on projects similar to this. So yeah, go over there and check us out.
Right, so we're all done at Bossway now. Glenn was a lovely man. He's showed us around. He showed us around his conversion on an EQV, I think it was. Absolutely unreal. So yeah, head back to the garage now in the Range Rover. Give it back to Matt. See you there.
Well, we're back in the Range Rover Sport Hybrid. My brother and John went to collect it yesterday, and it's all fine. Had quite a large bill. I've done a separate video with this on the main channel, so if you want to know exactly what was done, then check out that video. I'm just doing some miles on it now just to make sure everything's fine before we hand it back to the customer. The customer's picking it up tomorrow. I'm just going to run it down to the car wash and get it all cleaned for him, so it's nice and smart looking. But yeah, that's about it. I got this one wrong, didn't I, really? Oh well, it's part of the job, unfortunately. You win some, you lose some, I suppose. But anyway, thank you for watching another episode of This Week with High Peak. So yeah, make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I'll leave the links below. And yeah, cheers guys. I'll see you next time.